G'day, welcome to Larrikin Photography. So today we're going to have a go at a bit of macro photography. So I've got the trusty D800 and I have a macro lens on it. It is 105 2.8. So this is a really good lens, it'll get really clear. Now, a big thing you need when you're going to do macro on that, because you're up very close, any movement is going to throw it off. So I have a release cable, so I don't have to touch the camera. I don't want to touch the camera. The other thing is you need a really good tripod. Now this thing here, it's a tank. It's as heavy as anything. Lug it around, you get really tired, but you want a good solid tripod. Especially when you're putting you got a camera worth, 3 or 4 grand or whatever, and you got a lens worth a couple of grand. You might have 6 grand worth of camera gear sitting on this tripod. You don't want it to fall over and you want it to be nice and solid. Now the other thing I got this lily here. We're just going to use it today. And I just got it on a light stand sort of thing just to hold it so we can get a bit of focus. So I'm just doing this by myself, so you're just going to have to bear with me a bit. It's just a bit of juggling everything around. So with my tripod, I have it's got an adapter on the bottom, so it just clips on really easy. It just sort of goes in like that and locks in. That camera's as solid as a rock. Now with this release cable in here, you have some buttons. This one here is where my release cable goes in, and it just screws in like that. Now it's a bit cloudy today, so hopefully we can get a 2.8. I'm not sure if we can. Remember how we were talking about ISO? The brighter it is, the lower you can get your ISO, the darker it is, the higher the ISO. Well, today is not real bright, so hopefully we can get down to 2.8. Then we're going to run it up a few stops up around the 5.6 or something, where it should be around the sweet spot of the lens. So we're going to get a really nice clear image. So we don't want the lens cap anymore. We'll take him off. Now we'll turn him on. Now we can get in here. Now let's see. Now we can come up a little bit. We can come up a little bit when we get up. Sort of like this. Here, let's just move you across a little bit, so hopefully we're... Like I said, I'm just doing this by myself. I haven't got anyone using the DJI, so it's just sort of... Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now, oh yeah, that's come in really nice. Now, I'm using auto ISO, so it's brought it down to 100. It's on 100 anyway, the ISO, but I'm on 3.8. It's not coming down to a thing. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to have a bit of a shot. Get him focused in, pick a point to focus in on, and let it rip. Oh, that's looking pretty nice. Now, I'm on aperture priority. It's picking up its own, we're on auto ISO, so it's picking up its own ISO and it's picking up its own shutter speed. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty windy actually. We're on 500ths of a second, now we're on f4. So because it's not real bright, you can't get your f-stop down as low as I'd want. But that's not too bad. Now, I'm going to try bringing up to about 5.6. This should be the real sweet spot of the lens. This should really be nice and clear and beautiful. Now, we just come back a little bit more so I can get the full flower in. There we weren't getting the full flower, we were just pulling in the center. So I want to try to get the full flower at the moment. Hang on, we have just move the, there we go. I think that should be pretty good. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Now, oh yeah, that's nice. Now if we bring him in, we're on 5.6 at 200, ISO 100. That's pretty nice. Now, let's see if I can just bring him down a little bit, put on my glasses so I can see. Now, ISO, on auto ISO, but I can knock him up. I'm going to knock up I'm on auto ISO, but I can bring him up. I'm going to bring him up to, let's say 400. So we've got him up to 400 now. Now, with that, I should be able to maybe bring him into 2.8. Nah, 3.3. Okay, let's just bring it in at that. We should get a bit of blur in the background. So, oh, that's nice and, oh yeah. So now that's 4.2, but it's at 1600. It's really quick. Yeah. So, let's bring you around here to the back of the camera and we'll have a bit of a look at the damage. So here we are here. Now, if we go to view, now we can go through. So here's the first one I took. And we just go through them like that. And that's how you sort of do. Now, if you go like this, it will give you all your things. So see, this was 1600, 4.2, ISO 400. Then 3.8, 640th of a second, 100. So you've got all your details on the back of your camera. So that's really how you do macro. So it's quite interesting. I like macro photography. I really enjoy it. It's good fun, bringing up stuff. There are some little tiny, what do you call? These little fellas. This is real tiny, you can see with my hand. So it's real tiny. So just hang on. I'm going to put him in the thing and we'll have a try at this one on macro. This should turn out really good. Okay, I got it on the stand. Now this thing is so tiny, it's very hard to get it to focus automatic. So I've switched the camera over to manual focus. And it's the best way to get little things like this. So if we click him off, now we're still on 400. We're at 4. Now I'm going to go back to 100. We're going back to 100 and just see what it looks like. And we just make sure, got a little bit of wind so he's blowing around a bit. So I'm going to push the ISO back up. I think I'm going to go up to 800 on the ISO. Now it's really going to, oh yeah, so it's just a matter of fine tuning your focus. just running it on manual focus. Sometimes it's the best way with macro is to get it into manual focus. Now, just let me see. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's pretty well how we go about macro photography. You need a good solid tripod. You want a cable release or electronic release for your shutter. You don't want to touch your camera. The less you touch your camera, the better. Any little vibration is going to magnify. Well, you can see how close we are from the subject. What's that, about 20 centimeters? So we're very close to the subject. So any little movement is magnified at this distance. And if you can get a nice sweet spot, you know, like if you're running low number on your aperture, it's opening up big, so you're getting a lot of light in. So you will blur the background, which is good, which is what we want sometimes. Or when we shut our aperture down, when we come up into our higher numbers, on this lens about 5.6 is our sweet spot. That's about the sharpest it's going to get, and it comes out really nice. Let's just, what are we on here? Let's just bring him up. I'm going to bring him up a little bit more. Bring him up around 7.1, and we'll just run a few off and see how we go. So anyway, later we'll pull them up on the computer and see how they look. So anyway, that's it for the moment. We'll have a look at these photos on the computer in a little bit. Righto, now we've got these up on the computer. So this photo here was taken at 1/640th of a second, 3.8 aperture at 100 ISO. Now it's quite clear if we can zoom in a bit, and you can see it's got good detail. It's got good detail. Now the next one we took was at 1/500th of a second at aperture 4 at 100 ISO. And then if we go down to the next one, this one was at 320, 320ths of a second at aperture 6 at 100. So see, now the aperture's got smaller in size, so the shutter speed has come down because it doesn't have less light coming in, so it slowed it down. Now the next one is at 5.6 at 100 ISO, and it's 200th of a second. So it's dropped a lot. So your aperture, making your aperture smaller in size, a higher number will lower your shutter speed. Now if we zoom in on him, he's got a lot of detail in there. You can see there, good detail on, you know, it's really brought it up well. Okay, now the next one, then I've knocked up the ISO just to show you with here. Now this is at 400 ISO, 3.3, and it's at 1/2500th of a second. So it's a lot faster shutter speed because our ISO it's up. So the lower the ISO, the better. You know, here we've really brought the ISO up, so we've really got a fast shutter speed. Now the next one, it's 4.2. So we've made our aperture smaller. We're still at 400 ISO. We've made the size of the aperture smaller. We've got the higher number, and it's 1/1600th of a second. Now, the next one is the same. Now, we've got good. They're nice and sharp. You can see all the pollen. You know, I really love macro photography. I think it's really good. Now, let's see what the next one. Now, here we got our, what do you call it? Dandelion, that's what you call them. I was thinking of the Japanese name, I couldn't think of the English name. Now, so this one here, hang on. we'll start at the bottom. I've lost my place. So here, this one, we've got 800 ISO on this, and it's 7.1. So we've got smaller again. Now, it's 1/100th of a second. So it's quite slow, but we've got really nice detail in there. If you pop him, look at that. Beautiful, nice, and you know, these are really good. That's really good. And this dandelion was tiny. You saw it on the size of my hand. It was really, was really tiny dandelion. Now this one is still 800 ISO, 7.1. This is 800th of a second. And then we got the same ISO 800 at 4. So our size of our aperture is getting bigger because we're getting a smaller number, so we're getting more light in. Now this is 2,500th of a second, but it's still nice and clear. Now I was taking these on manual focus, remember, because it was just too hard, the automatic focus. This thing was too small and a bit white, very hard to focus. So sometimes with macro, you have to go into the manual focus. And this one, same, ISO 800, aperture 4, same speed, 2,500th of a second. Now this one was 100 ISO at 4, and it was 320th of a second. So bringing up our ISO from 100 to 800, we've put, it's over 2,000ths of a second faster. But this is still a nice photo. Now these are just straight out of the camera. I've just opened the JPEGs. I haven't even opened the raw files. These are just the JPEGs. And then this one is the same. Oh, this is at 400. And 4, aperture 4, and it is 1,250th of a second. And the same as this one, it's the same. And then we're probably going back. Yeah, and we're back into our lilies. So, but if we zoom in, you know, you were getting good detail in there. This is magnified right up, but still nice detail, you know. So yeah, macro photography is a great way to play around, you know, it's good fun. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a look on macro photography. It was a little bit hard filming just by myself. I hope it turned out okay. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for today. Till next time, have a good one.